Stick to the plan. Even when it's hard. Even when it's draining. Even when your whole body is screaming at you to quit. Stick to the plan. Because that plan, that path you chose, it wasn't supposed to be easy. It wasn't designed for comfort. It was designed for transformation. See, everybody wants to be disciplined. Until it requires actual discipline. Until it means showing up when you're tired. Until it means working when you're uninspired. Until it means grinding when you're hurting, when you're broke, when you're stressed. But that's the difference right there. That's the separation line between average and greatness. You think the greats didn't want to sleep in? You think they didn't want to give up? You think they didn't have days where everything felt off, where their mind was loud and the world felt heavy? They did. But they stuck to the plan. Because they knew, on the other side of consistency is greatness. On the other side of pain is growth. On the other side of fatigue is freedom. So what are you gonna do? Fold when it gets inconvenient. Give up when your feelings shift. Let your emotions dictate your outcome. No. You don't get to complain about the life you don't have if you're not willing to suffer through the plan that gets you there. This isn't about motivation. This is about execution. When the hype fades. When the excitement dies down. When no one's cheering you on or reposting your wins. Will you still move forward? Will you still train? Still build? Still show up? Because the truth is, you're not always going to feel ready. You're not always going to feel passionate. There are going to be days when you feel broken, confused, and tired. That's part of it. That's the process. And that's where most people stop. But you're not most people. You're different. You don't just want to succeed. You have to. You need to. Because you know what's at stake. Your future. Your family. Your legacy. It's all tied to whether or not you can keep showing up when it's hard. And it will be hard. There will be tears. There will be silence. There will be nights you lie awake wondering if it's all worth it. But if you stay the course, if you stick to the plan, the breakthrough comes. And it always comes after the part you wanted to quit. This journey, it's not just about money. Not just about success. It's about becoming the person who didn't fold. Who didn't run when it got tough. Who didn't let excuses win. So I'll say it again. Stick to the plan. Even when you're tired. Even when you're doubting. Even when your friends are chilling, partying, wasting time. Stick to it. Because the payoff isn't just in the result, it's in who you become on the way there. The discipline. The control. The power you build by doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. That's what separates winners from wishers. So what's it gonna be? Another excuse? Or another rep? Another delay? Or another step forward? Time is ticking. Distractions are everywhere. But the real ones, the few. They're locked in. Laser focused. Unstoppable. Not because it's easy. But because they made a decision. I'm sticking to the plan no matter how I feel. No matter what it costs. No matter what it takes. Let that be your mindset. No more hesitation. No more breaks. No more waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment is now. Get up. Get focused. Get back to work. Stick to the plan, and earn the life you've been dreaming about. You won't always have the answers. You won't always know what's coming next. And that's the point. You're not supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to move anyway. You're supposed to keep building, even when the path is covered in shadows. Even when it's lonely. Even when you're walking into the unknown with nothing but belief. That's where growth lives. In the uncertainty. In the chaos. In the moments where you can't see 10 steps ahead. But you take the first one anyway. See, most people never make it. Not because they're weak. But because they need certainty before they take action. They need proof before belief. They want guarantees, not faith. But success. It doesn't come with guarantees. It demands trust. You've got to trust the grind. Trust the silence. Trust that the nights you stay up working, the sacrifices you make, the people you outgrow. It's all building something bigger, even if you can't see it yet. That's what separates those who wish, from those who win. You think legends had maps? No. They had a vision, and they followed it. With doubt in their ears. With fear in their chest. With the world telling them to turn back. But they didn't. They trusted the process. They trusted themselves. And now, we call them great. Look. There's gonna be pain. There's gonna be setbacks, delays, seasons of confusion. But that doesn't mean it's not working. That means it is. Because if you're too comfortable, you're not growing. If you know exactly how it'll play out, it's not faith. It's routine. You've got to let go of the need to control every step. Let go of the idea that the process should feel good. It won't. It'll stretch you. It'll test you. It'll ask you to walk through hell with nothing but belief in your chest and a vision in your mind. And that's what you have to do. Day after day. When no one's watching. When no one claps. When no one believes. That's where the winners are born. So stop asking for guarantees. Stop looking for a finish line before you've started the race. Just take the next step. Do the next rep. Stay committed. Stay focused. Because the process knows what it's doing, even if you don't. And if you're willing to surrender to it. To show up anyway. To bleed for it, fight for it, trust it. You will come out the other side unrecognizable. Stronger. Sharper. Unstoppable. But that's only if you don't quit. So when it gets quiet, trust the process. When it gets dark, trust the process. When your mind tells you to turn around, trust the process. You are not lost. You are in transition. And transitions are messy, uncomfortable, and confusing. But they're also sacred. They are where the old version of you dies, and the new one is born.